Welcome to Off the Wall. My name is Trey. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out the show this week. We've got a fun one for you today. We've got Fisher's Freight wide receiver JT Stokes on the program to talk about his football journey, talk about life in the IFL, and of course, the Fisher's Freight. He scored the first touchdown of the IFL season this past weekend in Fishers, so we dove into that and so much more. We'll dive into the IFL slate from this past weekend. We'll dive into the NL slate from this past weekend, as well as previewing the weekend ahead. So very fun conversation with JT that we'll get to in just a minute. But before we dive into that, it's time for social plugs. That's right. If you don't already, please make sure you follow us on all of our socials at Off the Wall FB, F as in foot, B as in ball, Off the Wall FB. We're on Instagram, X/Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook as well. So give us a follow wherever you are. Try to update the socials as often as possible and try to have some fun with it all at the same time. So come join the conversation. Love chopping it up with folks on there, especially now that we've got football to watch and football to talk about and argue about. So come join the convo and let's have a ball this upcoming weekend. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Please make sure you're subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and throwing a comment down below. So comment-wise, give me your boldest prediction for this upcoming weekend. It could be in the NAL slate. It could be for the IFL slate. Let me know your boldest prediction in the comments below. We'll take a look at those as those come piling in over the weekend. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you for doing that as well. Please make sure you're going and rating the show 5 stars, going to the show page, sharing it with a friend, liking it, all that. Offthewallfb.com. We've got shirts on the website still, like the one that I am rocking here. Very fun. Very, very nice. Fits nice and snug on the shoulders. Gives you a little bit of muscle, right? Maybe. I don't know. That's too far. But we got shirts on there. We got the blog is fired up as well for this upcoming season. And then Royal Retro's got an affiliate link in the description below. So scroll down just a little bit right there. Scroll. Stop right there. Click on that. Use the code OFFTHEWALL for 10% off your purchase. And let me know what you end up getting. Got some cool stuff on that website from some old arena football teams, like teams from the 90s and 2000s, as well as some AF1 stuff on there. So check it out and use that code, save a little cash, and get something cool for yourself for this upcoming season. So let's not waste any more time. Here's the interview with Mr. JT Stokes. All right, joining us on the show today, we have one of the best to do it in the IFL. He scored the first touchdown of the 2026 IFL season, and he is a wide receiver for the Fisher's Freight. His name is JT Stokes. JT, appreciate you hopping on here. How are things up in Fishers, Indiana, my friend?
Sir, man, it's a little cold out here, man, but everything's good. We winning. That's all that matters.
That's right. Yeah, a crazy good atmosphere in week one. We'll touch on that in a little bit later, but usually we start these things off. We'll talk about your football journey and what led you to indoor football in the IFL.
Yep. Well, I graduated college 2019, Wingate University, Division II All-American. Unfortunately, I tore my ACL my last game of my senior season for the regular season. So I was playing the playoffs, couldn't participate in no senior bowls or anything. After that, I just started training, getting my knee back right. And actually, one of my teammates, Lawrence Pittman, he played in the NFL for the Eagles. And he actually knew Malik Duncan from Quad City. Somehow it was crazy. And Malik Duncan ended up hitting me on Instagram. And that's how I got the chance to play Quad City. That was my first team before COVID ended the season in 2020. So I just got started at 2020 Quad City, 2021 Bismarck Bucks, 2022 Arizona Rattlers, 23-24 Bay Area Panthers, and then from 25 to now is Fisher's Freight.
It's crazy to hear how many players have come to indoor football through Malik Duncan. He's just recruiting people left and right.
Man, he talked to everybody for sure. He'll get you in here if you want to be.
Yeah. So we need to put him in charge of recruiting when his playing career is done. He'll funnel some good talent here.
Most definitely, he will.
Yeah, you mentioned Bismarck. I wanted to take some time to touch on that. For anybody listening, if you're well versed in the indoor football game, go back and look at that roster from 2021. Man, there were some ball players.
We had some guys, man. We Had some guys for sure.
Yeah, you look back and it's like, man, the past 4 or 5 years, these guys have been playmakers all across this league. So tell me a little bit more about that first year of playing indoor football and adjusting to this new style.
Man, it was different, man. Like, cause we all was outdoor players, and we went straight to the indoor from the outdoor game. So, like, we was
Yeah.
all just running to the wall all fast. You know what I'm saying? Just running full speed. Everything. Just, you know what I'm saying? It was just. I mean, we were successful. You know what I'm saying? Went to the playoffs, but you know,
Yeah.
it's just different, man. It's a big difference learning the game and just coming straight into it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly some things were working pretty well from the jump. You were on that all IFL rookie team that year. What do you think translated well from your skill set from the outdoor game to the indoor game?
I really think my physicality, the physicality of the game. I always love blocking that receiver, man. And once you block that
Yeah.
receiver, it put the DB in, I'm getting attack mode, and it's easier
Yeah.
to, win routes and when they feel like they're a little scared of you.
Yeah, and coaches will not take you off the field if you block as a wide receiver too. So they'll make sure you're out there.
Most definitely.
Well,
Most definitely.
this question is from Richie. He's a diehard Freight fan. He's a season ticket holder. You can find him in the end zone every single time. He's in that bright yellow hat. You probably know exactly who I'm talking about.
Rich.
Um, yeah, he wanted to know how route disguises work in indoor football versus the outdoor game. Like, do you have to sell things a little bit more in your routes and blocking in indoor versus outdoor?
I mean, outdoor you got way more space. So indoor
Yeah,
you just open like right now. You know what I'm saying? It got to be that first move, bop 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 bop, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, you just got to get open, create a
yeah.
little bit quicker because that ball got to come out fast.
Yeah, if you're running around for 5, 6 seconds, it's usually not a good thing. Something's usually going terribly wrong behind you.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
Well, you touched on your time in Arizona, but then Bay Area in 2023 was a really big year for you on the field. And the first interview I ever did on this show was with Justin Rankin, a dear
Yeah.
friend of yours. And I
Yeah.
remember asking him, "Who's the best football player you've ever played with?" And he said, "JT Stokes." So,
Yeah.
so tell me about your friendship with Rank and how that has grown over the years.
Man, me and Rank, our first time playing together was actually in 2021 with Bismarck Bucks. Like that was our rookie
Yeah,
season together. We came in together, man. He just down to earth dude, man, and we got the same characteristics as far as like working hard and like, you know what I'm saying, just loving the game for real. So
yeah.
we just connected that way, man, and we stayed in touch. 2022, I think he went to play in Frisco or whatever.
Mhm.
And then 2023, he was like, bro, I'm going to Bay Area, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with me. I was like, shit, let's do it. And
Yeah.
we won a championship that year, and they've been my dog ever since, man. It's all love for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, it seemed like you and Rank going to Bay Area kinda woke some people up to be like, "All right, Bay Area might be a destination for people to go to," and you like, instantly changed the culture of that program.
Yeah, man, for sure. Most there. We had some great coaches. By the way, shout out Coach Keith, shout out Coach Dixie. You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah, oh,
boys,
yeah.
they got us right their first year, so we'll take it.
Yeah, with that year in, 2023 where you and Rank were teammates, unreal season with Bay Area, ultimately win that championship after, an interesting start to the season at the head coach spot, to say the least. Um, what do you remember the most about that season and how that group was able to kind of regroup quickly and come together as a unit?
Man, it was so crazy, man. We just had an emergency team meeting, and Coach Arbet was like, he's leaving the team. Everybody was like shocked, like, dang, like what's going on? Like it was some folks telling us, oh, we finna leave, finna go to a different team.
Yeah.
Rank, man, we called like a team, like a players only meeting. And we was like, bro, we here for each other, you know what I'm saying? We're not here for nothing else. We're here to play football. You know what I'm saying? We just ultimately got the team to stay together and
Yeah.
just stay ultimately won the championship. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it like having both, Coach Keefe and Coach Dixie on the same staff? Because that seems like it's a lot of intensity all at once.
That's the best word you can use, man. Intensity,
Yeah.
man. A lot of attention to detail and just, you know what I'm saying, a lot of fire. That's all I can say.
Yeah, each of those guys, during the game, they're on the field. They are they are energetic, they are dynamic, they're yelling, they're doing this, and I can only imagine the pregame speeches that they would give as well to get the people going.
Crazy, man. You hitting it on the head for sure.
Yeah. So it's like that off the field too. Like we're not just seeing it. They're like that 24/7.
I wouldn't say that, man. Coach Dixie on the field, he's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be on you. Like it's
Yeah.
business, you know what I'm saying? But off the field, he'll teach you how to be a man, and he's still cool with it. So it's just two different sides. You know what I'm saying? He said
Right.
he coached Wooten on the field, and he Dixie off the field. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
for sure.
Well, you are no stranger to going over the wall to make catches. What's the mentality like in those situations? Like, how can you possibly prepare yourself for that?
I mean, if you're a football player, man, you want to get the ball no matter what, man. So it's like I
Yeah.
see it and I feel it right there, and I'm just gonna go get it. Like I don't know what else to say. Like I ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm scared to go over the wall because then you know what I'm saying, you miss out on a touchdown, you feel bad, you know what I'm saying, you let the team.
Uh-huh.
So it's like I just gotta just give it 100% for my team, man. Trying to go out there and get the ball for real.
Yeah, you also don't wanna, alligator arm it, right? Where, like, you're
Yeah,
scared of the wall and you're like, "Oh," like, you
yeah,
don't want full extend.
sure, man. You just gotta go into it, bro. Like just the wall a part of the game. Like so I can't be scared of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Do you chat with your quarterbacks and tell them, like, "Hey, don't be afraid to put it in that first row. Like, I'll go get it. Like, it's all
Oh man,
good."
they know, but based on practice and what we do at
Yeah.
practice, how we go hard. I'm like, bro, you throw it, I'm gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they know. They definitely.
Yeah, there was one a few years ago in Bay Area. I think it was against, it might have been against Naz, I wanna say, where I think you ended up in, like, the 3rd row.
Yeah, man,
Like
that was it. Yeah,
it's like you caught it and kinda did like a front flip over the wall, then, like, landed in a seat. And I was like, "He's
yeah,
in the 3rd row. Like, how is this possible?"
yeah. That was crazy, man. That was Dalton Sneed, man, another good friend of mine. Perfect
Yeah.
ball, threw me away from coverage, and I just had to go get it. Fourth down too.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you remember exactly what that was. I could only imagine if you had a GoPro strapped to your helmet, what that footage would look like. Oof.
Man, that would have been crazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll think about that for a game this year. We'll see if we can, sneak
Oh
a
yeah,
GoPro in there.
come on now, please. Yeah.
Well, you spent a couple years in Bay Area and end up signing with Fishers for the inaugural season last year. Was it something as simple as Coach Wooten's my guy, let's go, or were there other potential suitors out there in the mix?
Yeah, that's what it was. I had a couple other teams, but Coach Dixie, man, he been keeping it real with me from the jump, man. He not gonna tell you no
Yeah.
lies and to try to get you there. He just gonna, tell you what it is, and that's why I really appreciate it. So I had to stick with my dog.
Yeah, and 4 years with the same offensive coach, that's a long time in the indoor world. Like, a lot of times, you have coaches changing staffs every other season, and so to have that continuity, that has to feel good to be like, "Alright, I know what I'm walking into this year."
Yeah, most definitely. And I know he gonna put some guys around me that's saying some dogs too. So I
Yeah.
can't complain about.
Right. Well, tell me more about that relationship you've developed with Coach Wooten. Like I said, in your 4th year together, is it something where over time, like tell me how that has evolved?
Well, I mean, from the jump, man, our first year, we won a championship. So like he know how to scheme me into his play calls, know how to get me the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just we just had a good connection from the jump. So like I was
Yeah.
like, wow, what can work? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
kind of wanted to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tell me about Fishers itself. I had never been before this past weekend. Electric crowd, electric atmosphere. It seems like it's a nice town that's growing pretty rapidly too. Like, tell me about being there for the past year or so.
Man, Fishers is amazing. It's everybody's nice out here. It's nice vibes, and you get a little bit of that superstar effect. You know what I'm saying? Like people know you around town. Like you walk around,
Yeah.
like, oh, you play for the Fright. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like and a lot of people come to those games, man. It's crazy. Like my first game there, I was like, this is insane. Like I never seen like so many people just show up to like a very first game of the very first inaugural season. Like it was insane. So yeah, man, a lot of loyal fans and just a great community overall.
Yeah, when I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that Fishers was getting a team, I was like, Fishers?
Yeah, I didn't know what
Where is that?
I didn't know what it was either. For
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot. And that opening game last year, like you said, the place was packed. They were rocking. I'm like, man, I would expect this from like a third or fourth year organization. This is game one of year one. Like, what a strong foundation that's been set there.
Yeah, man, they love football out here, man, and that's something that we got in common. So
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, well, speaking on that first year in Fishers, had some ups and downs, but finished on a strong note. What were some of the challenges of being a part of a first year organization where, is it something like setting the standard that hasn't really been set before, or like what, tell me about that?
Well, I mean, honestly, if we was winning, everything would have been cool, man. Like we just had a lot of bad turnovers and bad situations. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when you turn the ball over in this game, you end up losing like 9 times out of 10. So we just had to, bring a quarterback in that could, take care of the football, make the right decisions
Yeah.
and put some pieces around them. And we end up, winning the last 5 games with Felix.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Felix got to town, it seemed like you said, he was taking care of the ball. Things were starting to trend in the right direction. Were you involved in the recruitment of Felix to Fishers? Being a former teammate and all.
Man, I wanted Felix there from day one, man, but it
Yeah.
couldn't work. I guess, circumstances or whatever. But yeah,
Right.
man, that's oh man. So yeah, we definitely got him in there for sure.
Yeah, and he was a big part of that success this past week, getting that week 1 W as well. So, yeah, in good hands with Mr. Harper at QB1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So something I noticed last year, and I think in Bay Area I saw it too, and I especially saw it in week 1. You're the long snapper.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure,
How
man.
how does that come about? Like how does wide receiver 1 become the long snapper? Like what happened?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. My first position ever playing football was center. I was 5 years old, playing in 5 and 6 league and flag, and I guess for some reason I was the only one that could snap the ball good. So
Really?
I've been snapping since 5 years old, man. So I'm comfortable right there. It's feel natural, and I like
Right.
messing with linemen too. I like to block them a little bit, I like to feel them. You know what I'm saying? After I snap it, so
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, so especially on that first touchdown, you scored the touchdown, then you're celebrating, you're having a good time, but then you're like, all right, lock in, got a
Yeah,
long snap now.
yeah, most definitely.
Are there any challenges to long snapping in indoor ball? Like, have you done it in outdoor ball before, or was in the IFL? Was that when you really started to get into it?
The IFL was the first time I actually long
Yeah,
snap. I mean, like I said, I've been snapping for a long time. So, and I always practice it sometimes too. I'd be in high school playing around with our punters. Like, let me snap it. And I just snap it to them. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
it just felt easy. So I'm like, bro, like snapping not that hard. So
yeah,
it's like, coach, I'll do it if we ain't got nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yes, especially with the roster sizes in the IFL being smaller than you think, the more value you can bring, the better, right? So.
For sure.
Something that is super interesting to me with how the Fishers offense operates is that they get you involved in the running game pretty often. And what's it like? Like, do you like scoring a rushing touchdown, or do you like scoring a receiving touchdown better? Like, what feels good, or what feels better when you cross the goal line?
Man, a touchdown is a touchdown to me, man. I just like to
Yeah,
hit a crazy and dance and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So any way I can get the ball. I actually played running back like middle school, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of high school. So like this
yeah.
it's a running back. So I can carry the ball too. So I'm cool with either
I mean,
one.
what position did you play when you were a kid? You were playing center. You were playing running back. Like, where
Yeah,
else
man.
are we going to see you line up this year?
I played defense too, man. I was all over the field, man. So
Yeah.
football, man, I love every part of it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, I mean, let's talk about this year's Fishers team. Like dynamic week 1, that building was absolutely rocking. What has you excited about what this 2026 season can mean for the Freight team and the community of Fishers.
Man, it can mean a lot, man. We just want to stay consistent, keep our head down, and just focus on the next opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just
Yeah.
checking them off the list. You know what I'm saying? Whoever getting away, getting stepped on. So that's our
Yeah.
mentality, trying to go into the season knowing.
Yeah. So I mean, building off of 2025, as you mentioned, once you got some things cleaned up, it wasn't smooth sailing, but you ended on a strong note. What are some things that really worked off the field with some of that group that ended up coming back from last year? Because there's usually a lot of turnover on rosters, but this Fishers team had a lot of folks coming back from their inaugural year.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just knew what we had on the team, man. Like, we just knew we was turning the ball over in key situations, and that was ending, resulting to us losing the game. So, like, we had a
Mhm.
lot of fun off the field. We always get together. We'll have breakfast together. We'll have lunch. You know what I'm saying? We'll go bowling. We'll go to
Yeah.
Top Golf. You know what I'm saying? Just getting around our teammates and just, what I'm saying, having fun for real. So everybody really
Yeah.
out here as teammates. So
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And it seems like you got a good group of guys, and just seeing how you guys were interacting with each other before the game, during the game, like on the bench, I'm like, this is a good crew. Like they got some good chemistry here.
yeah, for sure, most definitely.
Well, what does off the field life look like for you? I see you do some personal training in the off season.
Oh yeah, man, most definitely. I mean, I'm training right now too in Lebanon with X Factor Academy. So I
Okay.
train there. But yeah, man, training is my thing, man. I've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years now. I make programs, you know what I'm saying? Working on getting my own facility with one of my past teammates. So yeah,
Okay.
it's in the works, man. We just, like I said, just keep my head down and grinding. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to it, building clientele,
Yeah.
building that.
So are you able to balance that during the season of doing some like if like practices in the morning, you're working on the programs in the afternoon or evening, or how does that work?
Yeah, man. I mean, in the IFL, you get a good bit of free time, man. So
Yeah.
unless you're in training camp, and it's over with. But after training
Yeah.
camp, you practice. You know what I'm saying? You do your film study, you do your work. Then after that, man, you pretty much free for the rest of the day. So just making the most of your time out here and just, you know what I'm saying, doing what you do.
Right. Well, you mentioned a couple of the different programs you've put together. How can people find those and learn a little bit more about them?
Oh man, I got them everywhere, man. I got them in my Instagram bio, TikTok bio. I got the little link profile. You can just click on, see all the
Yeah.
type different training programs I got for you. You can DM me personally. We can train all that.
All right, cool. Well, that's easy enough. I'll link all your socials in the description below. That way, it's very easy for people to find. One
Sure.
click, go hit up JT and get your body right. I'm sure he's got something for you no matter what your goal is.
Most definitely, for sure.
Well, this has been great, JT. I appreciate you hopping on here and taking the time to chat with me and braving the cold up in Fishers right now.
Oh,
Do you have any parting words for IFL fans or Freight fans out there before we get you out of here?
man, I just want to give you your flowers, dog, off the wall, man. You giving us a lot of exposure. You know what I'm saying? The indoor game, the arena football game, man. We really appreciate it for real, man. Because you know what I'm saying? It's an amazing game. Like it's fun to watch, and you really shine a light to that. And we just want to really appreciate you for that, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that was the goal of all this, right? Where like I've been watching indoor and arena ball for a long, long time, and I'm like, man, we just need some good coverage. We need some good attention. So just
Exactly.
trying to grow the game, you know?
Sure, dog. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for hopping on here. Very excited to see what the season holds for Fisher's Freight, and best of luck the rest of 2026. Okay.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it.
Big shout out to JT for joining the show and talking shop about his IFL career and his time with the Fisher's Freight and this freight team that they've got put together for this upcoming season. Very, very fun team, very energetic team, which we'll dive into in just a little bit. But please make sure you go give JT a follow on socials and go check out some of his workout plans. Get your body right for this upcoming summer. And yeah, check out what he's got and reach out to him if that's something you're interested in. So speaking of the Fishers Freight, Fishers had their season debut, the very first game of the IFL season, and was the debut game on the Yahoo Sports Network. I had the opportunity and privilege to be there in the building for it. So big shout out to Fishers Freight for the hospitality, and big shout out to the IFL for hooking that up and giving me a media pass to be able to bounce around the arena and meet some really cool people. Been throwing some stuff up on socials from some of the stuff that we've been able to capture, and had a cool collaboration with the Yahoo Sports Instagram account. Had an opportunity to mingle with the Yahoo Sports commentary team and record a couple videos with them. So just an overall great experience, and can't say enough good things about the Fishers Freight organization, both on and off the field, from my experience there. And highly suggest, if you have an opportunity to go to Fishers, go check out a game. It is a very fun experience. But Fishers ended up winning this game decisively against the Quad City Steamwheelers, 45-27. So this was shaping up to be quite a shootout in the first half, where things were starting to ramp up, and you blinked and there was 45 points on the board, and it was like, all right, here we go, buckle up, it's about to get bumpy. But then the Fishers defense really stepped up in a big way in the second half. They didn't allow Quad City to score any points from the 9:09 point in the third quarter through the end of the game. That's 24 minutes of game time with no points scored from an offense that looks to be one of the most dynamic in the IFL this upcoming season. So Fishers defense stepped up in a big way. And Felix Harper at quarterback for Fishers, he had a strong game as well, and continued what he was able to do last year, where minimizing those mistakes, but also being impactful when they needed him to be impactful. 95 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown as well. And friend of the program, CJ Wyndham, caught both of those touchdown passes and really helped open up this offense for Fishers. And new friend of the program, JT Stokes, scoring that first touchdown of the season on the ground as a rushing touchdown. And God, we got all these friends of the program on this Fishers team. Marcus Gray was all over the field in the secondary, leading the team in total tackles with 12, and then a massive safety in the second half. They lined him up at linebacker, and he went after the quarterback for Quad City and brought him down in the end zone for a crucial 2 points late in the game. Jaden Rowe at defensive back added 2 interceptions as well. And just an overall great game from Fishers that really embodied the Freight identity that we saw at the end of last season, where they're a ground and pound team and they play strong defensive football and they're physical at the line of scrimmage. Fishers did all that, got good efficiency out of each section of the game, or each section of the team, offense, defense, and special teams. And this Freight team was looking really good and off to a great start. But for Quad City, this was a rough one, and I think they're going to be fine this year in the long run, but they were just clearly rusty and couldn't really get out of their own way at times. Daquan Neal, he had 4 passing touchdowns on the day, 3 to new weapon Keon Williams at wide receiver, and 1 to Kevon Rudd, longtime vet there in Quad City. But truthfully, he had some throws that were less than ideal, we'll say, if you are a Quad City fan. And overall, the offense just looked rusty. Neal also added 30 yards on the ground and was able to get the offense going, but it's going to need to happen beyond just him in the running game for the Steamwheeler offense to get going. Jared Ware couldn't really get momentum going, and they reached a point in the second half where Quad City was playing catch up, and they had no choice but to be throwing the ball a ton. And where Quad City really can hurt you is when the balance between the rushing attack and the passing attack is clicking. And the passing attack was clicking early despite some mistakes, but this rushing attack as a team couldn't really get going. So the offensive line for Quad City, they were getting tossed around a little bit by the defensive line for Fishers, and they're going to need a great bounce back game this upcoming weekend against Iowa in their home opener, and they have a lot to prove. So I think Quad City, like I said, will be fine in the long run, but this was quite a wake up call for game 1, and Fishers is looking really good heading into week 2. And then heading up north to the frozen tundra of Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Green Bay Blizzard defeated the Vegas Nighthawks 37-35. So what a weekend in Green Bay. They were scheduled to have the Hall of Fame game on Sunday at 4 p.m., but the game got delayed by a literal blizzard, which is a little too on the nose. But it is what it is. Got delayed to the next game, and then they weren't able to get fans in the building just because the the storm and the blizzard was a little too dangerous out there, and they didn't want people traveling out on the roads there. So there were no fans in the stands for this one, which was a unique environment. I'm not sure how many folks have played in a totally empty arena like that, but this was a pretty big upset in my eyes, as I thought Vegas would be able to handle the blizzard pretty well in this one. Vegas has a ton of talent, but they just could not get things going until the third quarter on offense. And a lot of credit needs to go to this Green Bay defense for stepping up in a big way in this one. But there were just several times where Vegas was shooting themselves directly in the foot. And Jaden DeLora ended the game with a better stat line than what it looked like via the eye test, in my opinion. 158 passing yards, three passing touchdowns, one to Quentin Randolph, one of the legends of the game, Josh Tomas, and then a beauty to Phoenix Sproles, where Sproles just climbed the ladder, went up and got it in the corner of the end zone. So big day for Phoenix Sproles as well. But to me, the story of the game for Vegas has got to be Josh Tomas. Reigning Offensive Player of the Year in 2025 in the IFL. He had two massive fumbles in this one, including the one with 18 seconds left that put the nail in the coffin for this Vegas offense that was literally knocking on the door. 18 seconds left in the game. They're on the 2. They didn't even have to score a touchdown. They could have just centered it, kicked a field goal, but they went to score the touchdown and just coughed it up. And it was a costly fumble that ended up costing them the game. So will be worth it to monitor moving forward to see if that becomes an issue. But Vegas, they drastically underperformed in this one, but you got to tip the cap to that Green Bay defense. That D line was absolutely nasty, and they were really disruptive all game to the offensive flow that Vegas was trying to get into. Sean Mustin just continues to be a dominant force on the defensive line, and it seemed like they had multiple people on that Green Bay front four, the 3 linemen and the blitzing linebacker, that were able to just throttle the running game and really make an impact and get to Jaden DeLora in the backfield. But on offense, Green Bay got going early, but they had some struggles. A new quarterback, Liam Thompson, who came over from Bay Area this past offseason, ended up finishing with 98 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 59 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. But it felt like this offense is going to be very, very limited down the stretch if they can't get more out of the passing game. There were just lots of hitch routes, lots of short passing in this one, which clearly worked. They got the win, but I'm just not sure how sustainable this is for the long term of the season on offense. I really want to see some deep shots from Thompson. I mean, they got Trayvon Alexander, who came over from Bay Area, so he's a massive target to stretch the field with. So I would love to see more deep shots there and see this offense air it out. And if you can air it out, it opens up things on the ground even more, and then you can have a balanced attack. But to me, if Vegas didn't self-sabotage the way that they did, I'm not sure Green Bay wins this game. But if the offense for Green Bay continues to play like this, just good enough where they need an incredible performance out of the defense, they're going to need this Green Bay defense to be at that 2024 level of dominant to keep this team afloat and give them a shot down the line. So a big win for Green Bay. They deserve it for everything they went through this past week, and they'll look to keep it going in week 2. Then running through some scores in the NAL this past weekend, Sioux City defeated Amarillo 53-6. Yikes. Southwest Kansas defeated Louisiana 24-18. Lower scoring game than you probably would have thought. Pueblo defeated Omaha 44-31. Big game for Pueblo and a bigger loss for Omaha. You can make the case. And then Colorado Spartans defeated the Dallas Bulls 42-12. So transparently, because of travel for the Fisher's Freight game, I was only able to catch the Pueblo-Omaha game, and that appeared to be the best game of the weekend. So I'm going to dive into that one in a little bit more detail than the others. Starting off, Omaha, PU. That offense was a tough watch. They just could not do anything productive. They had backup quarterback Tyler Lowenstein in the game, and he was just bad. He was released a couple of days ago as a result of how poorly that game went. And he played pretty well for Sioux City last year when he was given the opportunity. So I'm not sure what the disconnect is, but this offense could not get anything going. And I think there was a point in I believe it was early fourth quarter, where the announcers said, I want to say it was after Pueblo tied at 31-31. I think the announcer said Omaha needs to go 39 yards for a touchdown, but unfortunately, they only have 58 yards of offense. And this was in the fourth quarter. So just give you an idea of how this offense was struggling. But a massive shout out needs to go to Otis Odom, who was the kick returner for the Beef. Single-handedly kept the Beef in this game with, get this, 204 kick return yards. The field is 50 yards long. He went down the field, back, down the field, and back, and then a little bit more. And he also scored a kick return touchdown to open the third quarter. The just unbelievable performance by Otis. And this Beef defense had a return for a touchdown. Again, the return game had a return for a touchdown, as well as setting up multiple short yardage situations. But this Beef offense just couldn't get things going. So quarterback Demery Croft, he was out with an injury. I would imagine he's back this upcoming week for a massive game against the Salina Liberty, and Omaha wasted no time bringing back some old faces into the mix as well. So I think Omaha really understands where they're at. They can't afford to drop to 0-2, and Salina is going to be gunning for them and reigniting that rivalry. But for Pueblo, they were hanging around. And they were getting beat up pretty good in the first half. And offensively, they had some trouble getting things going, but they absolutely dominated the second half, shutting out the Beef offense and scoring 32 unanswered points to end the game. You can't script a better second half than that. So whatever Coach Solomon told them at halftime, it clearly worked. They couldn't really get the running game going against a tough Omaha defensive line, but the passing game got it done. Josh Hollins passing for 166 and 3 touchdowns, with 2 of those touchdowns going to Aaron Dilworth, and then 1 going to Patrick Sweeney on a moonshot to the corner of the end zone. Absolutely beautiful pass. I think on X, I referred to him as Ryan McSweeney on accident. Hand up. It's Patrick McSweeney. I had some old baseball players on the brain when I typed that. But the Punishers defense, they lived up to their name, and they manhandled the Beef offense in this one. They secured the win with a pick 6 in the final minutes to put it into a 20-plus game home win streak and gave Omaha their first season opening loss since 2021. So just to give you an idea of how big of a loss this was for Omaha. Punishers, they're undefeated right now, and the Beef are looking for answers, and they're gonna hope they can find some before this upcoming slate of NAL games coming up this weekend. Week 3 of NAL action. Small slate, only 2 games happening, but they should be pretty good ones, or at least one of them will be. We got the Omaha Beef going to Salina to face the Salina Liberty, reigniting that rivalry between the Beef and Salina that goes back to the CIF days before Salina bounced around in a few different other leagues. And then we got the Dallas Bulls taking on the Pueblo Punishers. Pueblo coming off a big win, undefeated on the year. Dallas was able to beat up a Team Mexico team that was a team, we'll use air quotes, but then just got absolutely washed by Colorado last week. So they're in for another tough fight against a Colorado-based team in this Pueblo Punishers team that is rolling on offense, and they're looking pretty good on defense as well. Both games will be on the NAL network. So if you're going to be watching one of those games, come join the conversation on socials, and let's talk about it. And in the IFL, we got a 4-game slate this upcoming weekend. Starting on Saturday, we've got Iowa versus Quad City, and then Fishers versus Green Bay. So a couple of Eastern Conference clashes. Quad City looking to get right after a rough week 1 in Fishers. Iowa looking to get started on the right foot. Fishers looking to keep it rolling and continue their strong start to the season, while Green Bay looking to build off of their big week 1 win. So a couple of Eastern Conference clashes on Saturday that should make some very entertaining football. Lots of storylines to go around. Keon Williams facing his old team for the first time. So those will be some fun ones to watch. And then moving over to Sunday, we've got the Orlando Pirates taking on the New Mexico Chupacabras. The inaugural game for the Chupacabras against a stout Pirates roster that's looking for a big win in this season opener, and looking for a big year in the Eastern Conference as well. So a little cross-conference matchup here to start off the season for each of these teams. And New Mexico, they're going to look great on the field with their jerseys, and we'll have to see what that roster chemistry looks like against, again, a very worthy adversary in the Orlando Pirates. And then we've got some Monday Night Football. Northern Arizona Wranglers taking on the San Diego Strike Force. with San Diego looking to start the season off strong against a familiar face in Northern Arizona. They are no strangers to one another. They've played a handful of times over these past couple of seasons. Coach James looking to build off of a year one that may not have gone as well, but after a full offseason and feeling good about the pieces he's bringing in, looking to start year two with a bang. And then Coach Jenniser over in San Diego, developing one of the, in my opinion, one of the best rosters in all of indoor football this upcoming season on both sides of the ball and on special teams as well. So San Diego looking to make a run to find a way to get through that next step of their journey, not just making the playoffs, not just making the conference championship, but making it to that IFL national championship. And it starts in week one. So very fun slate of 4 games. Let me know in the comments which game you're looking forward to the most. And that's the show. Thank you so much for taking the time to check it out this week. Fun weekend of football this past weekend, and we're only going to get more football as the weeks start to pile up and as the weekends come. So we got 4 IFL games, 2 NAL games this upcoming weekend. So not a huge slate, but enough to really wet the beak and enjoy some fun. So let me know what games you're going to be watching, and if you're on the socials, please make sure you're following us there at Off the Wall FB, F as in foot, B as in ball. Come join the conversation. We're going to be watching all these games and doing some fun stuff and interacting with people. So let me know what your hot takes and cold takes are for each of these games, and not just for these games, but for the season as well. Yahoo Sports Network overnight, they're going to be hosting the games for the IFL, and then the NAL network will be hosting it for the NAL. So that's the show. There's only 24 hours in a day. The fact that you chose to spend about 45 to 50 minutes here means a lot. So I really appreciate you for taking the time to check out the show. And big thanks again to JT Stokes for joining the program and talking shop about his football journey. YouTube, if you're watching, thank you for doing that. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, rate the show 5 stars, preferably on the show page. Share it with a friend, and let's grow the game here and grow this thing out. Been getting a lot of support over this off season and through the beginning of the season here, so it really means a lot. So we really appreciate it. Offthewallfb.com. Go get yourself a T-shirt. We'll get those sent out as soon as possible. And then Royal Retros, the affiliate link is in the description. So, yeah. That's it. Let's enjoy this upcoming weekend of football. Hope you take care. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.